Okay, time for an update. So I have not got a count on the convoy yet, and I think I said that this morning. Why I have not got a count is because I was up till 3 o'clock Indiana time, which is 5 o'clock Idaho time, talking with truckers, group of about 7 truckers, and then I went to bed and then got up at 3 o'clock our time, and then I got up at like 7 something. So woke up at 7, and I didn't get to briefing, and I don't know our route. So I'm pretty much glued to that vehicle in front of me, and if I was to get out of line, I would probably I would maybe lose the convoy, and I don't feel like doing that right now. I mean, I could figure it out and catch up, but anyhow, interesting, massive amount of army truck passing us over here. Oh, perfect time for a semi to go by. Thank you, semi. Yeah. Okay. I don't know that had to do with anything, but yeah. So I will not get a count today. I may get a truck count late tonight, not right after we park, because there's a lot of looky-loos that come into the camp and want to be there for the rally parts. Sorry, I've been under every single overpass. There's people, well, not every single overpass, but there's people waving flags on the overpasses, and I always honk at them when I go under. Yeah, I'll get a count tonight, when late tonight, hopefully, if once all the people go home and it's just the convoy there. Either that, or in the morning when we're leaving, I'll get on the first overpass and get a number then. So one of those two. Anyhow, so interesting stuff of today. I have been getting a count. I have been tallying how many overpasses have people waving flags, like in support of the convoy, that have came out, waved flags, and are out in support of this. And this is the number to date. And why I'm keeping track is because I heard on the way over here that every overpass from California to here had somebody on it waving a flag, and there was, with an exception of like a couple bridges. So I was like, man, I think that's exaggeration. And yes, it was exaggeration. That's not true. But what I have been seeing, I really expected that to be exaggeration, but it's impressive how many people are out supporting this. Very impressive, very impressive, and very, very encouraging. I would say if there is any more convoys coming through and you're near one, man, guys, go out and support it if you would all support the cause, because it's a huge encouragement for the group that's going. Yeah, so the count. So this count is give or take 1, maybe 2 wrong, and that was because at the very beginning I was counting in my head which, how many overpasses had people, how many did, and then I realized real quick that no, I need to make a tally because I am not going to keep track of this. So let's see, let me count real quick. Running tally: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 overpasses with people waving flags. And then overpasses that people were not waving flags: 5, 10, 15, 20. 21 overpasses that people were not waving flags. There was nobody there. A couple of those, there were people on the bridge, but they weren't, it didn't look like they were supporting it. It was just sort of like on looking, So, and then Also, I counted 5 like bridges as we went through Indianapolis that like crossed over the freeway. That, I mean, if I was going to wave a flag, I would not go out there. It wasn't safe, and there were nobody on those. So if you wanted to add that to that tally, you know, there was nobody waving the flag on there. But also beyond that, there is just people, like, not right now. Like, if you hear the horn honking, that's because there's somebody out there. But we're also in, there's no houses around me right now. I do not see a single house. I don't see a single road. It's all like, I see a house over there. It's all fields and like some trees and shrubs. But there have been people all along our drive this morning that have parked along the side, that are waving flags. Every single rest stop, there's people waving flags. So all that to say, it's not as big as they say. You know, it's not every overpass, but I am impressed. I am very impressed with the support that I am seeing. So there's that. The other thing that I have been noticing on my drive is, so you know how there's those little, 2 hands on the wheel, at least one hand. There are those little turnouts, those emergency turnaround spots for emergency vehicles that say don't go on emergency vehicle only. Well, every single emergency exit that I have seen, minus one, has had at least one cop car parked there. And that's not the only, like, all along the roads there's also cop cars. Like, when we've been merging on in Indianapolis, there was one merge that we had on, and I counted 5 cop cars that were upstream of where we were merging onto traffic, and they were upstream from us in that road we were merging on, flashing their lights, getting people to get over to give us room to get on that highway. So there is just cops everywhere. Like, they may have emptied the state of cops to come put cops along here to just, and I assume it's for like emergency response sort of stuff. I don't think it's because they're coming out to support us. I think it's just like, I don't know though. That's completely guessing. You know, it's only worth a plug nickel. You know, that's not a fact. I haven't asked them, but they're out there. That is a fact. And so I started seeing these guys, and I was like, man, I should start waving at these guys. So every cop car that I passed, I'd start waving at, and I didn't mentally keep track of the numbers on this one, but it seems like that everyone that saw me waved back and was like, yeah. So it seems like support, you know, in my view. They're not stone-faced like, but yeah, so those are some of my big takeaways so far from today. Some of my other takeaways, my conversations last night, it was, okay, this is the first overpass that I've came to since driving. Well, actually, I think it's the second one while recording the video. And people on it. Yeah, last night, super late talking with the guys. Truckers that have been with the convoy the whole trip from California. Definitely invested in this, and it was, you could tell there's just a feeling of impending doom. Like, they know they are riding into something that's going to be a hornet's nest. They're not excited about this. Like they're excited. There's an emergency exit that doesn't have a cop on it. That's proving me wrong here. They're not, I wouldn't say timid. They are fully committed. They're going in strong, but there is just a fear of like, man, this is scary. One of them actually said like, I'm scared. One of the truckers said, I am scared. And the other guy was like, I'm not scared. I'm like, well, I'm scared. Another overpass coming up here with people on it. Yeah, I'm scared. And like, man, I run into fire for a living. Not anymore. I work at the ranch, but you know, with my career, past career, I go into fire for a living and have felt less scared than this, because fire's one thing. The powers that be that are suppressing are huge, and it needs prayers, guys. It needs a lot of prayer. These guys have watched what has happened in Canada, what happened to the organizers of that protest, and a lot of the truckers who joined them, and they're expecting the same thing. Each one of those guys were like, yeah, I expect I'm going to be going to jail. And you know, it's not because they're doing anything wrong. It's not because they're doing anything wrong. They said, like, this is a peaceful protest. We are trying to do everything by the books. We got the lawyers. We got everything. We are trying to do it to stay out of jail, you know. But they fully expect that that's where they're going to end up. So please pray, guys. This is big. That is literally something in my throat. I'm not getting choked up. Funny thing, my horn is actually starting to go out. Something else I'm going to have to replace when I get home. It's like starting to make these weird sounds like it's funny. Worthy cause. Yeah, please pray, guys. This is serious. There are spiritual forces of darkness that are all against this, that Satan's working overtime. And I will tell you, what I have seen from the convoy has been very encouraging. It is, you know, yes, it's about freedom, it's about USA, but you should see the signs about God and Christ and believe, and the prayers, the prayers before the prayers at the beginning of my brain, the prayers at the beginning of the rallies. The prayers at the beginning of the rallies were really powerful. And the things they had to say during the rallies were very powerful and very Christ-centered. Like, guys, this is... I get that what we're fighting for, it's not like I'm going out there and fighting for the gospel, in a sense. But what we are fighting for is justice. It's for justice to be done, and righteousness. Like, these are God-centered values that we are fighting for, that this convoy is fighting for. So guys, please pray for these convoyers. They need it, and they need, pray that they will stay strong, courageous. I wish I would have got a video. I mean, I wish I would have got a count for I wish I would have got a count of how many vehicles there were this morning, because I have a feeling it's going to start dwindling the closer we get to DC. I may be wrong, but I have a feeling it's going to dwindle as the weight of going to DC comes in. Not because we're doing anything illegal. It is 100% peaceful, 100% law-abiding, but that doesn't matter. They'll find something. They'll plant people. The people in the convoy are worried about them planting people in to make mischief. And that's a real concern that those guys were talking about last night, which I thought it was funny because I was like, you're talking to me and I just got here. What, do I just have like a really trustworthy looking face? Like, maybe if you're worried about imposters, you shouldn't be talking like so openly to everybody. That just anyhow, so I would say my biggest update right now, the biggest takeaway is please pray. It's big. It's bigger than I thought. And this isn't the only convoy. I've been hearing there's more convoys. I don't have a number. I'm hoping to get a number on that. And if any of you have a number on that, please call me and please fact check your stuff carefully. I would love to have a number of how many convoys there actually are, because this is not the only one. The People's Convoy is not the only convoy. So, yeah. Anyhow, this is 16 minutes long, way longer than I was hoping it to be, so I'm going to get off of here and post this up. I'll drive safe. See you guys later.